Well, we're on the side of the street, and I guarantee you this right now. I can say this wholeheartedly that I'm smoking the finest, most expensive cigar in the whole city of Wilkes-Barre, and in the whole county of Luzerne. Right now, at this moment, nobody's smoking a cigar on Sunday. What is it, like 5 o'clock? Nobody's smoking a cigar on this level at this moment right now. I could say that 1,000%. Now the question is this cigar going to be worth the money? The question is this cigar going to suck? I don't think so. It's a top shelf Fuente. The Gotta Fire lines are on Opus level, give or take. Maybe worse, maybe better, maybe equal, but it's right around, give or take. Now as far as preference, that'll be up to you. This is listed as the smoothest of the bunch. It didn't say weakest, but interpretation, you figure it out. On the website it says the smoothest of the bunch. So whatever. Ecuadorian wrapper, the rest is Dominican high-end Fuente tobacco. It looks like a giant Hemingway. Was that masterpiece or classic? It's a 7 and change by I think 54, but it's got a little torpedo. But we got that going for it. Besides that, I don't know much about the cigar. This one is a 2020, and I have to ask Jeremy. But I believe what Prometheus does, first off, there was a sewer smell coming on this block, and I hope it's not a gas leak. Is that really sewer, or is that like a bad laundry smell? It kind of smells like bad choach. I'm not going to lie. Damn it. Okay, well, normally I think after they get these cigars from Fuente, I think Prometheus because they make those boxes, I think they hold the cigars for like 3 years. So 2020 released in a sense from Fuente. I could be wrong on this. It doesn't mean you're going to get this in 2020. I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong on this. Ask Jeremy. The way Prometheus does is, whatever the cigar is, then they hold it for 3 years. Does that make any sense? So that could be year production, and then releases 3 years later. And I could be wrong on this. You're going to have to ask Jeremy. But I'm pretty sure that whatever it is, Prometheus, they already take expensive aged tobacco and aged cigars already coming aged from Fuente, and they age them longer. Oh my God, that chocha smells really strong. Oh my God, yeah, that wind's coming. You see the flowers moving? That wind's coming from the south and it's blowing north. Oof, oof. Ah, oof, what? Oof. What bitch down south? Oof. It is. I might have to leave this city. Fuck. That stinks. Whose chocha is that bad? Whose chocha is that bad in the city on a Sunday? On a Sunday is the. Okay, I'm gonna light this up, but damn, it's gonna affect it. I don't think no matter where I go. Oh, that stinks. All right. Right off the bat, I got a problem, and this is not the cigar's fault. This cutter is fine for regular cigars with regular caps. But when you got to cut through a torpedo, normally with a cap of a cigar, just 1 or 2 layers on top, and you're cutting through that, maybe a little bit of the filler, but really just cutting the top, because I normally cut high on a regular cigar. With torpedo, though, you got to go lower, because you actually get more airflow, because the torpedo shrinks the size. But anyways, I digress, but you're cutting through actually the whole cigar. Whatever it is, either this is worn out, or this cutter is just not strong or sharp enough to cut through torpedoes. That's something I have to watch out for, because I got some damage only as I went to cut the torpedo. I'm like, I had the same thing happen yesterday. And yesterday's a torpedo, so perhaps this is going to be a regular cigar only, non-torpedo. Fucking shit, man. Is what it is. Well, just holding the smoke there. This burn is not the cigar's fault, and that damage is not the cigar's fault. We're batting 1,000. Let's talk about the damage. Well, that's because the cutter I have clearly doesn't have enough power or sharp enough to cut through a torpedo anymore. Either it's worn the fuck out or whatever the fuck. It started yesterday. It's the first time yesterday we're with that strong cigar, La Bamba, yesterday. And as I was cutting through the torpedo, you start pushing, and it kind of stopped. I was like, you don't want to have to push so hard where it's crack the cigar. So anyways, same thing here, and it damaged a little bit there. So that's not the cigar's fault. Keep that in mind. Everything is perishable, meaning even if you have a cutter The sharpness of the blade of the cutters only lasts so long, and so that one I'm going to retire to strictly regular cigars, because you're only cutting through, the single cap most of the time. But when it comes to torpedoes, it's like cutting. It's like cutting the same difference here and here. Torpedo, you're cutting straight through a cigar. The whole thing, wrapper, binder, filler. Keep that in mind. So be aware if your cutters are starting to wear out, time to replace them. Anyways, as far as this, it's windy. And I must say that the cigar, at least the aromatics are very nice. It's kind of covering the bad sewer chocha smell, but it's kind of like, it's a 50-50 mix. Anyways, though, it's a phenomenal cigar. It is not as good as Opus X, but that's difficult to re-emulate, but it's a fantastic cigar. The main difference in this is going to be that Ecuadorian wrapper, and it's rather smooth. It's got some black pepper spice. It's rather smooth, though. It's about a medium to almost medium plus. As time moves on, though, we'll see how it picks up, though. And I will touch that up. But once again, with the wind and everything, and being that this is the worst case scenario. I'm smoking outside in the wind. It also has a torpedo, had like a little nipple tip beginning. So the light of that little nipple tip, those normally don't want to spread evenly from the get-go. Then you throw in the wind, and the wind's just blowing too fast. I digress. Draw is fantastic. It has a nice little bit of floral to it, a nice little bit of citrus note. There's a creamy texture to it. It's a complex cigar. It's got nuttiness to it, quite nice. More of a cashew nut, which is more of a higher end nut taste. SPG, no Diddy, peace be upon PG. Anyways, it's kind of slick, a little leathery. Finishes a little more than medium left finish, not super heavy. But it's got a lot of flavor. It's really enjoyable. If you're looking for more of a luxury vibe, and without going like dark Maduro or super strong and spicy with some type of hot, real strong Habano type vibe, it's listed as Ecuadorian. I don't know if it's Ecuadorian Sumatra or Ecuadorian Habano. Either way, the cigar is not designed for pure power, and this would be the biggest size. So we'll see how it builds up. But as far as should you smoke this, it's definitely worth smoking. As far as buying a box, they're expensive, and I would really recommend seeing if it's for you, because you're not going to get a deal. I got a deal at $30, $31 PA. You're probably going to pay way more than that in New York, like $50. Just watch out for your cut. Well, we're burning through the damage, not damage on this side, but burning through the bad burn, and it kept the wrapper up. I'm in a windy area right now, in a wind tunnel here. Did you ever smoke a cigar outside on a windy day, or at a vehicle, or at a beach with high wind? It's going to mess up your burn, especially starting off with a nipple tip, which already is going to act like a little tiny funnel and then just open up weird. Other than that, we're going to drop the ash soon, but it is pulling evenly, but self-correcting. How was this cigar? Enjoyable. Medium plus. Oops, there's these freaking weird bugs here in Pennsylvania. I forget the name of them. They're just on my fucking neck. Next time he comes back, fucking shit. Next time he comes back, I'm going to kill him. I can't stand these bugs. Anyways, really enjoyable. It's not a godlike cigar, but we're in the amazing category, luxurious. Just don't go by that burn right now. It's extremely smooth. It's an extremely smooth, relaxing cigar, but it's got a good medium plus amount of flavor. And we'll get to that later, but bottom line is, I can recommend it, bro. It's top notch. On a side note, I got that motherfucker. How do you feel now, huh? I told you to leave me alone. You came back. How do you feel now, huh? You're sitting there, you're fucking dead. You like that? You fucking bitch. Piece of shit. Huh? Anyways, don't look at the burn. High wind and that nipple tip. If I was smoking this in the Corolla, it would be perfect burn. Anyways, it's a really enjoyable cigar. It's a great luxury cigar. In the end, it's a 4.7. It's not a godlike cigar, and I can't say it's extremely high value. So try them out. It's just a fantastic blend. It's not going to be as lovable as an Opus X or a Neho or an Angel Share. So we're at that same price point, and actually the Neho or Angel Share out here would be cheaper than the Opus X. So those are more, I use the word value, but those are better cigars for less. But still, could you check out this God of Fire? Yeah, I think it's a great stick. It's just to expand your palate with the Ecuadorian sun-grown wrapper. Still at a medium plus. Finish is very creamy, no ditty, peace be upon PG. Texture is very nice, very nutty, nice amount of black pepper, a little bit of citrus note, some nice cedar in the mix. It's classy, it's ultra smooth. I already said it's nutty. Really no earth at all. You don't really get earthiness on high-end Fuentes. The reason why you get, in my opinion, earthiness on cigars, it comes from younger tobacco, because tobacco comes from the earth, and when you ferment tobacco, it's aging, it becomes less of where it came from. Fermenting breaks down the properties. It matures whether it's scotch or wine or cigars with tobacco. When you ferment age or grapes or tobacco or whiskey, whatever it is from the grain, when you age it, it's becoming it breaks down. It's almost like it emulsifies, and the sugars that are in it almost come out. They become sweeter. So when you have younger tobacco, especially with Nicaraguan, it's like closer to the source where it came from. And that's where that real earthy note comes from. Because everything we eat, drink, or smoke is coming from the earth. You're not growing this shit in the sky. There is no fucking sky broadleaf. Fuck you, PG. I'm just kidding. I shouldn't have said that. Fuck you, Jeremy. He can handle a joke like that. Put your pants on, Jeremy. And stop sucking cock, Gio. And stop sucking cock. Who else can I say that to? Well, really enjoyable cigar. Solid 4.7. Definitely a higher end Fuente, although I prefer the Fuentes with the Cameroon broadleaf or that Dominican Puro with the Opus X or the Opus X Angel Share. However, though, this Ecuadorian wrapper gives you a unique difference. A little more of this is more of a lighter type of sun-grown, but enjoyable, to say the least. But I would say overall, my least favorite wrapper on most Fuentes, whether mid-tier or higher end, would be some type of sun-grown, like Ecuadorian, etc. I just think that it doesn't play as well with the Dominican tobacco. The Anejo is fantastic with the Connecticut broadleaf aged in cognac barrels, and with that higher end Opus tobacco, and then the Angel Share and the Opus X are superior to this. I just don't think the Ecuadorian wrapper, although very good quality, matches. It's just not as harmonious. However, though, it's unique to experience it on different wavelengths. So still very enjoyable. 4.7, nothing bad to say about it. Any of the burn touch-ups, that's due to this high wind, and the wind's blowing literally like from this channel this way and down. So I'm getting like a crosswind here at this intersection, and that's really that's the gist of it. It's just gonna fuck up your burn, but you expect that when you're smoking outside in the elements on a windy day, you know, especially in the city, between buildings, you're gonna get some wind tunneling. Well, my cigar never went out, and lots of times I try to self-correct. I'm going to get another cigar cutter, though, because that one, as far as cutting torpedoes, is on its way out. I will never use that cutter for a torpedo. Anyways, the flavor, nutty, creamy, almost like marshmallow-like texture, black pepper, some little bit of citrus note, the cashew nutty nut note is very nice, and the cedar. Just all in all, very delicious, happy type of blend, medium plus, not gonna kick your chocha. And what can I say? It's a very nice higher-end Fuente cigar, although it's not as great as a blend as the regular Opus X Angel Share or even the Anejo, which is coming in much cheaper. So I'll leave it at that. Not a high value on this, but definitely worth checking out. If you see one, don't be afraid to grab one. You know, try one once in your life, and then just go back to regular Opus or Angel Share or Anejo, and or Don Carlos Personal Reserve. I'll see you guys around. You stay fresh. No cigars in prison, unless if you're in Cuba. I don't know if they get to smoke them, though. Stay fresh.